Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 4 of our playthrough on the Elder Tree map. We're playing as the Leafcoats and we're playing on hard mode. Today is going to be about consolidation and more survival. So hopefully you enjoyed last episode. You saw the predicament I was in with food. Water's a little bit better now, but the predicament I was in with food was quite sticky. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to think about growing, putting some solid food foundations down so that this can never happen again. We can just move on and get on with some stuff. So let's get into it. Over here, I think what I'm going to do is you see down here we have obviously the contaminated water. This isn't going to be here forever, but this is an ideal area to actually start working away at getting rid of some stuff. So what I'm going to do is we still have 16 tools, which is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a water dump area here. It's probably not ideal, but I don't want to go down too far and accidentally go into this stuff. So I'm going to pop it here, and we should be able to then hopefully irrigate this area, and then we can start to have a farm down here. I also want to come and change this up a little bit. So we're going to get rid of that. We need to get down here in a way that's sensible, because I can't. Oh, can I? Oh, I didn't realise I could do that. We've got ladders, haven't we? Oh, if I'd have thought of that, oh well. We can actually just come down, can't we? That's a bit. I feel a bit silly about that. I didn't know that. But we can come down here and actually do the work from inside. So. Love that. So if that's down there, we can actually... Yeah, this is good. This is really good. I could have come and done that. You know when something's just blatantly obvious and then you realise, oh, you made mistakes. That's fine. So we are in the drought. We have 3.5 days left. I want them to come and pull all of this out so we can start to put a water dump over here and everything can be happy. We do have some logs. Well, so let's take stock. So I don't really want to be cutting trees up here. Let's pause that. We are going to keep 2 gatherer flags on up here, and I probably don't need to be making gears right now. I do need to be fermenting. So that's dropped our jobs a little bit. You probably don't need to be doing that. And I paused this scavenger flag over here, didn't I? I do want to get the grinder back on, because I would actually I'm going to turn this guy back on because I do want some more tools. Oh, look at that. They've done that so quickly. And let's mark all of this for demolition. And we'll give that a little bit of a higher priority because, well, we'll give the one in the middle the highest priority. And then the ones around it the next highest priority. And this episode is going to be about, you know, just chilling out, getting everything back to normal, looking good. They've already started building that. And we're going to... I'm torn between what we do with this area. We could turn this into a large reservoir to keep ourselves really above on a decent level with water. Or what we could do is we could turn it into... We could maybe split it in half. Have a half and half reservoir over here, and then just have some farming down here potentially. And a reservoir over here. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I was going to just have it all as trees at the bottom, but that has now changed potentially. I'm not going to be too concerned about the dirt at the moment. We can get dirt if we need dirt. So let's get some stuff in. I don't want to keep pausing it. And I guess what we're going to do is we're going to put a forester down here because most of our stuff is forester related. So. Let's get a forester down here and see what that looks like. So we do have a fluid dump here that we probably should be utilising because some of these aren't surviving, and we now have 4 jobs not being done. I don't need you to be making planks for me right at the moment, do I? 33 planks, that's fine. You've made me loads of metal D tools, so you can stop for now. I would like to get science back on the go a little bit. As for water, we have run out of water, so we are now at the whims of 2 days worth of survival. So we balanced it a little bit more. Let's just keep going. And we have this down here. So what I did want to do was somebody in one of the comment sections, I think it was on one of the previous videos, mentioned that the Tree of Life can be built, but it has to be built on another building for the Leafcoats, which makes sense because I didn't actually look under it. If you look under it, you can see it's been built on another building. So what was I going to use as a base? So the best base building, I think, is I want to unlock this. So once we've unlocked this, I will get the we will put the Tree of Life down somewhere. I'm not sure where, but we'll put it down somewhere. Is there nothing else I can like pause? We have one contaminant. Oh, is that why I had that working? And we need somebody to prune, don't we? So yeah, that's probably why. Let's get that on the. Because we have a contaminated beaver. Is he not just drinking the antidote? I'm not really sure. But we are struggling for beavers. So what I can do in the interim is just put this. I could buy the small. I could buy the small housing, but we're not going to. This is going to change. This isn't going to stay like this forever. And maybe I can pause one of them as well. Actually, can't I? You are pruning. Hopefully, you're going to get some bark. Are we getting bark? Yes. So now that's brewing. Hopefully this guy... where are you? What are you doing? Are you not like... just... I am trying to cure you. You're not being very conducive to this. And we're almost down there already, which is really cool. They're building that, so we will be able to irrigate down here. And did I put the forest? No, I didn't put the forester on top, so... I didn't pause you either. Yeah, this is going to be one of those episodes where it's just a little bit of a... You know... People like to call them necessary evil episodes, where I just have to... Stuff just has to be the way it's going to be. And there's not a lot I can do about it. But we are going to be able to take this beaver off of here now. They did build... Okay, they did build that. Excellent. So you're going to... Yeah, your target height is set to nothing. We don't want you flowing down here at the moment. Let's just check this is all set. So yeah, so that'll block up there. We'll push straight up. We probably are going to... Oh, this is all dried out now. Lovely. So we can actually raise this to maximum height. But I do want to get the water coming up first. So I'm going to turn you off. Maybe turn you off just for the moment. And how are we looking under here? Is this all... It hasn't evaporated yet, but it is slowly getting there. I'm not going to stress about that. You know, I can live with that evaporating. And this is all still a mess down here, but... The pressure is rising. And we can start to pump up here. So let's get that turned on and that turned on, because water is just going down just a tad. We have... Oh, we have multiple go. Okay, I don't need... You can be paused. I'm going to leave you working. And I've got all this space here I can be planting on. I know that during a bad tide... Actually, no, we're not going to have this problem during a bad tide again, are we? Because we put the thing off the side. I'm still reluctant. I would still prefer to actually get, like, this over here done. So, let's unpause you. This should start to run now. Do I still have a contaminated beaver? Why are you not? And why are you still contaminated? Oh, he's a cool carriage model. All you've literally got to do is go drink the... That's a really cool carriage model. But we have that flowing through there, so we're going to get a little bit of that. We are pumping water again, which is good. I'm going to pause you for now at the risk of... not having enough, and then we're just going to open this just for now. Actually, no, don't do that one. Do that one, remember? Which way did I build? Yeah, okay, so that is flowing around now. That actually regulates the flow very well. I thought this was going to drop off once we opened that. But that pushes all of that through. So, that's very nice. That is very, very nice stuff. We have balance of beavers. I have one science hut working. I do want to get maybe another on the go. Seeing if there's anything else I can pull. Pruning flag doesn't need to be pruning at the moment. We'll get a little bit more of that. The plank's going. So, have you built this horrendous monstrosity for me yet? No, it's just taking a little bit of time. So the idea being, what I want to do is... I want to have... We want to come straight off this edge. Like so. Just make it obvious. So... I do probably want to change this all with throttling valves at some point, but fill valves will work for now. And what we're going to do, we are going to... Where is the loosened train? Oh, can you not do it from the side? We would have... Oh, we have to tunnel. You have to do it from above. Oh, okay. That requires extracts. That's going to... Okay. So we can't actually come down and do this yet. This is a nice to do when we can. Oh, and this has lowered the pressure now, so let's just turn that off a bit. We filled this up. It's fine. Let's just keep the water flowing for these jobs. Because if we go into a bad tide, that's all just going to flow around anyway out of this hole here. So, not a lot I can do. Why are you put? Let's get you. Actually, no. Let's get. Where do I want to get paused? Is that flowing back up? It is. Just takes a little while, doesn't it? What do I want to do? We could get this unpaused and have a hauler. That could be useful. Or actually, no. Let's get a science hut unpaused. And let's get moving. I really can't justify not using this flow when we have it. So, if I had a throttling valve down here, that'd be much better because then I could control the flow. But yeah, can't. That level of water down there. I mean, it's still pushing round. It's still evening out. Give me, you don't have the materials for that. Does that mean I need to put another lumberjack flag down here? But we can get down there now, should we choose to. Well, when we need to, so that's fine. So we're going to need a lot more science to unlock all of that. Can you come build this for me? I was hopeful this would have decontaminated by now. I mean, there is a world in which... No, let's not do that again. We know how that stuff goes. Because the lowest level of it's there. Yeah. It will just evaporate. It will just evaporate. There's no reason to rush it. And let's get that built. I may even reduce the amount of builders because I don't think we need this many builders at the moment. So let's see if we can site our tree. So I do want the housing block. So the smaller housing unit, which can act as a base of a tree. So where are you going to go? I kind of want it next to this because I know we're going to constantly be able to sustain this. It can't go there, so it'd have to go there. I know it's going to interfere with our... Can it actually go there? That's the question. Doesn't appear it can. Right, we're going to have to go hunting. We're going to have to go hunting for a space to put this. So down here might work. So let's see if we can put that in. So housing. There we go. That works. So we're going to plant that there. So these lovely people are going to have this wonderful tree living on top. And that requires logs and water. See, if I'd have actually read the thing, must be a tree chopper. There we go. So, we planted here. I know there's contamination here at the moment. That's going to go away. That's not going to be a problem. Let's get some solid farming on the go. We can sort a lot of these crappy paths out as well. Let's reorganize. Because I am going to leave these pumping stations here. I am just playing a little bit cautious. Let's play a little bit cautious. I need to mark you for cutting. And what we're not going to worry about is we could have another dump over here potentially. So I'm not going to get too upset. We're just going to plant stuff and just go with it. Because actually, I'll just pause that and see what our radius is. And we have the rains. This is a nice long temperate cycle, which I think is very good for us. I'm saying, if I'm telling the truth. And what we're going to do is we're going to start ripping all of this out as well soon. So we actually have quite a lot of space, don't we? I mean, we could pull this out at some point as well. Oh, there's scrap metal down here. We're definitely going to come... Well, and actually, no, we're not. We've got all this scrap metal up here. We'll probably come and use that. Right. Assuming there's going to be some gatherer flags on here, maybe we put a gatherer flag over here as well. Where's food? Food is there. So let's assume that's going to be there. This is going to go away. This is probably going to move as well. But I'm not going to take it out just yet. And let's not let worry about necessity. We need it there just in case. I'd rather have it at the moment than not need it. These will move. Yeah, I mean, I'll let them carry on for now. So let's plant. Let's get the staples in. So let's look at the blueberries. So blueberries are a solid food. I like them because they are consistent. We're going to plant a big clutch of blueberries there. Maybe over here we're going to have... That's a lovely drought. We're going to have some dandelions over here. Oh, we've got to think of how this guy can plant. So he can plant up to here. He can't plant up to there. Maybe we'll get another forester over there, or we'll just let these spread naturally. And then if we come in with the grapevines over here. And I'm going to fill in all these gaps as and when at the time. Actually, what I'm going to do is, just for now, because I don't want those guys having to take as long as they can, we're just going to put that in, we're just going to accept it, and, you know, we're just going to move on with our lives. How is this going? I am now going to increase beavers, builder beavers again, because I really don't like not having builder beavers. I think maybe also, there's a world in which we actually have water storage down here as well, just so that we can have it down here. Yeah, I think that works. I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. So plant the blueberries. They take 24 days. We're going to plant dandelions down here. I'm also going to plant grapes down here. He's just doing the latest thing. That's fine. What I might do... See, what I could do with it is I could do with the chronometer. Where is it? Automation. It seems a bit of a waste, but what I could do is I could then have this chuck stuff out at night. So I don't have to Because I would like to push as much water around here as I can. Because remember, we can use this as an emergency pumping station if we so need to. So I'll maybe pump a day's worth of water around there. Just to fill it up. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. The grapes are in, which everyone will be pleased about because they take a little bit longer to grow. We're doing okay for food. Water is fine. But I want to see them build this now. I want to see what this looks like. The Tree of Life. Of course it'd be a tree topper. Why wouldn't it be a tree topper? I was silly to think it'd be anything but a tree topper. I'm really a fan of this rain mod as well. I hope it gets adopted for the main game. I think it's really cool. Apart from oh, that's a heavy one, isn't it? That is a real heavy one. Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a solution for this. I mean, we do have a solution for this. It's over here, but maybe one that goes down solution as opposed to one that goes up. But it has topped all of this up, so I can't complain about that. So you are done. Get out of here. You are also done. Get out of here. And then you can now not be done. Well, shortly. And we are just going to go absolutely nuts for all of this down here. Just rip it out. Get it out. I know I'm cutting down willows and stuff. Let's just chop everything down here that we can. And we can put some more blueberries in there. So let's pause because I've been naughty and I didn't swap this back over. So let's see if we can bounce a little bit of water back up top. It's going to be a very minuscule amount. So that comes off, that comes off. Let's get this on. That's a 13-day drought. Bear in mind, we can release water from the pipe down here if we need to. I'm hopeful we don't need to, but we can if we need to. See, look, we have loads of water. I mean, we've almost pushed it all around here. Yeah. Now he's actually pushing around here. So that means it's going to mix with the bad water and bring it back. Okay. Whatever. What absolutely ever. So let's run this round here. I just would like access to the path around here. Because we might have to pump this at some point. I'm not really sure. A few more blueberries. And we have the Tree of Life. So what this is it's a minor blessing. It might develop as a tree grows. So I don't know what the fruits of life are. Does that give me anything to hover over? Logs. I'm not 100% certain, but there we have the Tree of Life. Fingers crossed it's going to grow. Oh, it's watered. It's watered and healthy. You have to keep it... Oh, wow, that has a really bad drought resistant. We need to keep an eye on this. So the idea being that... Oh. I put it down here. And we might not have a bad tide defense that... Because for our bad tide defense, it all needs to come down here. Okay, we're now in emergency mode again. Because I've put our Tree of Life down on here, and if all the bad water flows around here, sugar. I mean, what I could do. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna put an emergency system in because I can't have the Tree of Life dying. That'd be very sad. So let's come and loosen some terrain. You guys can be paused for now because not a lot's going on down here. So yeah, so what I need to do is because obviously when we push the bad water around here, I mean, it's still gonna... Let's just think. That's going to be easier to... It's going to be easy to bridge that gap over here. because I can loosen that one. We can come down. I mean, I still think we're flooding this again. I put that down in a really bad place. Or do we just persevere with what I was doing? Trouble is, we're to dig that out from above. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to have to come in over here. Oh. Dig me those out. So we might end up flooding it and killing it anyway. Can you come over here? At least we've got a relative amount of days to work on this. So come get those out. So projects are this, and, well, they've already done that. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut back across there, cut across here, and that'll be fine. I do need them to come over here and get rid of some of this, though. Oh, they still get the tree murderer debuff when it's even dead trees. That's interesting. And I am fully aware that we are in a Leafcoats episode and a Leafcoat series, and I haven't really showcased any of the Leafcoats unique stuff at all at the moment. So, yeah. Let's put in a ladder here so we can get up. I would like to thank everyone for the comments on the last video, the survival comments. I think we did okay. I hope it was entertaining at least. I genuinely thought halfway through that I just wasn't going to survive. Like, I thought it was absolutely mental. I was like, this is not happening. But we persevered and we made it happen. We are not fermenting anything because I haven't unpaused these. We can probably... Yeah, let's get all that going. That could be that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's pause this because we should have. Do we have fresh water under here now? No, we don't. That's fine. And then I'm going to. Yeah, we're gonna do that from above. And I actually need the dirt to be unlocked, don't I, to achieve this? Either dirt or tunnels. So what I do need lots of beavers sciencing away. So let's see, can we consolidate anything down? We have water. That's fine. You're doing that. They're all paused. You're actually not doing water anymore because there's no water there. It's just right. We probably are going to actually have to build a pump over here. I thought we may. It's a 9.2 day drought, yep. Let's get you built. Let's also get you ripped out. If I'd have put the Tree of Life somewhere a little bit more sensible, you know, this wouldn't be happening, but I didn't put any sensible, so. Oh, I could just do that, but we really don't have extract, so. So that's fine. Get that pulled out. Get somebody pumping in there. That's a high priority job. Get chopping away, boys. I would like dirt. We need dirt. And let's put a floodgate in here at the end. That would just allow me to control this or keep this flooded if I so choose. Better to have it and not need it. What's going on up here? That all appears to be fine. Yeah, that's fine. You're planting loads of stuff. You've got ages to walk to get water. So you might be better off being prioritized by haulers, which we're not currently using. I am going to keep science maxing, I think. Let's get him built. Oh, wait. Yeah, we are chopping down trees, aren't we? We're chopping all of these trees down here. That can go away. I don't need that anymore. Get them out. You can be paused. Okay, so we do have excess beavers. We do have excess beavers to work with. Do you know what? Do you know what? It's messy. Let's just rush that 1,000 science. So how much is it? It's 1,000 science? Yeah. Yeah. Let's just move towards that straight away. That's fine. So we can start to loosen the terrain down here. I might actually take those trees out as well. I'm just going to pull those trees out. Because I've realised I put this down and now we need... I can't believe I've done this. I really don't want this to die. I imagine they get really sad if you let this die. All of these are growing in there. We already have fruits there. So let's I say fruits, flowers. I think you can probably actually... Let's leave it there for now. And then let's put another ladder in. You can tell this is unscripted because I wouldn't have put this in this stupid location if I'd have actually taken 5 seconds to think. Oh, I can't tunnel across, can I? I'm making the same mistake because I would just tunnel across here. Yeah, no, I'd have to literally pull this entire thing up. I keep thinking I can just tunnel across when I can't. Yeah, where the tree is. No, it's not stuffed. Our water level is though. Should we see if the tree has drought resistant? Because I feel like, yeah, we're not doing the best on water. Let's see if the tree has drought resistant. Let it all flow out a little bit. Hopefully it does because it's built on this thing. That really didn't flow out as much as I hoped it would. Interesting. So we got 5.6 days on that much water. I need to massively expand water storage, don't we? I need to start building trees as well instead of whatever the hell this is going on. Right, let's scratch what we're doing for now and start to focus on building some trees. So, we have the Tree of Life down here. Hopefully that's going to survive. Fingers crossed. Let's start to actually put some proper trees in. So, I think down here might be a good place for a tree. So, let's start to put some trees in. So, housing. Let's put another base. Which I guess it won't let me... I guess I have to make sure I build it outside of that because otherwise I don't want to be in that radius. So let's build that there. Let's build a bit more housing there. So I'm rushing this for no reason, relatively. I don't know. Can we get bad water processing? I need to get to the bad water rig, which is not happening anytime soon. Right, okay. So yeah, so we are not... Without having a massive project, we're not pushing that off. That requires extract. I can do this from above. I mean, we could... there is a world in which we can... I mean, we could start doing it. Because what would I need to do? That comes across there. Trouble is that then goes over that, doesn't it? Yeah, no, I think we've actually built the best system we can. So what I might continue to do is I might get them to finish building those in a minute, and then continue to flush over the top. I think we're just going to go for something like that. So let's actually demonstrate what the faction does now. We're very low on water. We're very low on water. Okay, let's get out. I'm going to make an executive decision. Yeah, that's fine. Just is what it is. So there is... requires haulers function. We don't have any haulers. Lovely. Yep, okay. And as you can see over here, we probably need to put another water dump over here at some point as well. So we could... I mean, we can start to do that. We will worry about that in a minute. What was I doing? So we have literally got into emergency mode. I need to make sure we've got some gears. Yeah, I need to make sure we've got some gears. So let's get this on. Oh, that is on. Okay. It's just working incredibly slowly. Fine. Fine. But what was I talking about? Let's get some storages on the go. So the Leafcoats let you build these wonderful trees. They're fantastic. So, I mean, I want to start maxing on food. So we're going to pop that there. So let's get, I don't know. It doesn't hurt to have lots of storage from fermented dandelions. We're then going to put a water in. So let's put a water in here. And then, so these are both ground level entries. So what I want to do is I want to get something that's got a higher level entry. So this is a small pile. So what we can do is maybe put some a scrap metal in there. That's fine. That seems reasonable. And then what we can do is on this side we can put in the another water tank. It's fine. Small water tank works. So what we can then do is we can put in a, where is it? So this is the tree ladder. So you put this in here so they can continue to access it. So you put one there and then you put one there. So now when I build something on top of that, they can continue to path up the building, if that makes sense. So I need this built, and I need somebody in it, but I also need these trees, this tree to be pulled out, and this tree to be pulled out. I think I know how we actually get past this now. So what we can do is, what I want is I want like a little cubby hole where I can put a fill valve, and then we can have water just flow into it to keep us irrigated. So if I pop one there and one there, maybe not there actually. Let's not do it there. Let's loosen some terrain here. And I'm aware that's an abomination. Oh, I still got beavers working. So you shouldn't be in there. Make me some more tools. Why not? And these are almost built as well, which is good, because then I don't have to like immediately flood everything. Yeah, we are low on water. You were doing so well until everything died. Yeah, I know. We don't have any haulers. Come and take that out, actually. Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be fine, guys. 1.6 days. We're getting a little bit of water coming through. We have this over here, which is fine. That's still growing. So food-wise, we're not doing badly. We're not doing fantastically, but we're not... Oh, look, the tree's grown. Tree of life. We get minor blessing. So drought resistance 2.7 days. I really don't want the contamination to kill it. And let's put that there as well, actually. Have they... I need that to be built, really? So how many planks do we have? We have enough planks. Let's pause this. Let's unpause this so if there is any leftover water, it can go in there. I mean, normally I'll be panicking, but we're fine. We're fine. I mean, this isn't ideal, but we are fine. So what the idea is going to be here is I'm going to put a fill valve, because we can actually unlock the dirt now as well. Let's unlock the terrain block. So I can actually start to put a cap on this. Demolish that. How is our tree? Our tree is got water storage. Yes, so we actually have quite a bit of storage now. Next level in 2.9 days. I must protect this tree with my life. I know you're a little bit thirsty. Oh, we actually have an injury. Don't actually have the medical bed. I'm going to unlock the medical bed. And we are in a temperate cycle. Sugar. I need this to be built. Well, this was always going to happen. It's going to fill up through here. It's going to push out through here. This is all... I would say it's fine. It's not fine. Do I have anything that's got gears in that I can get rid of? So does this have gears in it? Where is the metalsmith? Tool factory even. Do you live under landscaping? No, you don't require that. Are there any valves up here? I really need you to be working this. Oh no. Oh no, no. At least that's filled that up. Because this guy can't work now because he's flooded, so let's pause him. These guys can work because... Well, that was a never look a gift horse in the mouth. So the idea being that what I want to do is I want to put a fill valve in here. Please don't die. They can't access any of these buildings, but it doesn't look like the tree's dying. Which is, you know, that's fine. Get pumping for the water at least. You know why I try and do all this weird stuff when I do it? I don't know what's wrong with me. Your pause, your pause. I literally just need these gears. How many more? We need one more gear, friends. Maybe I can turn that off, and then that'll force it through, and then that should sort it out a little bit. As long as that's not dying. Is that pushing that up, or is it just focusing it through the hole a little bit? I need one more gear. Come on, give me one more gear. This is why you don't finish your night shift and record the beaver game. Come on. So he should be going down there and sorting that. We are pumping water. There is that at least. There is that at least. There we go. That's what I want to see. So, pause. Let's get pumping up here where the majority of the beavers live. That's fine. That's pause. Okay. So what I now want to do down here is get this pulled out. So you can actually go away. You can be put back in as a fill valve. I want to put a fill valve in here, which is set to keep you to 0.5, whatever. I think actually that's a much better plan. Dig all of that out. How many tools do we have yet? We have enough. And it's raining again. But the tree has gone up a level. Oh. Well, why don't we just let all the water off? We can do that. We have the technology. So that should be priority. That should then be next priority. Then all of this should be the priority after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a series of pumps in here. And then we can pop some dirt on top so that the water can continue to flow. And we can use this as kind of like a reservoir to sort our pumping out. So fingers crossed we won't have that ever happen again. I also need to turn this back on because we're not fermenting stuff. You really don't need to be on. You should be on. You should also be on. And I'm guessing if we have an extra beaver, get someone in pumping. Why not? We do need to sort out power. I mean, there are lots of things we need to sort out. Power is a really weird thing for this faction because you obviously got water wheels, but you don't have engines. You have wind turbines, which are I mean they're fine, but we're going to be relying on gravity batteries and a lot of shenanigans. I really like this wind turbine that you build in the tree, but we're way off of that yet. I thought this episode was going to be less. Less panic management and more we're going to be fine, but it appears has turned into panic management. So what we should be able to do is we should be able to cover that with dirt now. I would take that out, but I'm not going to do. I'm not brave enough to do that. And then we are going to. We're going to come under here and we're going to put some more dirt. There's another drought. Why can't we loosen that terrain? That's the bottom of the map. Oh, have we cut through? Jesus, we don't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that. So we can go one more over, I think. And then this needs to come back in as dirt. Yeah, I really didn't want to do that. Maybe we can do a... I think I can work this out. I can work this out. I'm loving the tree. What well-being does that give us? Tree of life. Minor blessing. Oh, so it will give us quite a bit. Oh, they have to actually walk under it though. Okay. So I probably should have built it on the back, on the top of like a good tree. I can have more than one. Okay, yeah, we can do that. But I am making this our goal. We have to keep this tree alive at all costs. Come on. So we will have to start to think about planting some more of this, getting a lot more of this resource. Let's actually start to put a storage in for some of this as well, because I haven't done. So medium pile, that can have, what can that have? That can have, so it only has our normal storages, that's fine. Let's get some logs, why not? And let's get a medium warehouse over here. So we're going to pop that in, and we're going to have that for branches. And if we have a small warehouse either side, and what we'll do is we'll have that for bark. I do want to start storing this stuff. And then let's just pop these in. Where am I putting this? I am putting this. This is the only funky thing about this mod, and I think it has got a lot better. So that is good. How are we doing down here? Yep, so that's fine. Let's just put some dirt on top of this. Actually, what it probably makes sense to have is we do need dirt storage. So let's change this to dirt storage. Right, so this is the funky thing, because that's got a height and roof. They actually have to build this ladder, otherwise you can't access it. Because what I would love to do is actually put a change that out, but I'm not going to risk it just yet. We're just gonna accept what is and move on. Apologies for this episode. It's a little bit of a weird one. I feel like I've just meandered around and actually been quite crap. But yeah, we are on for 52 minutes. And yeah, so you see I put those stairs in there, and that meant they could come up and actually access that. So we can actually start to store some of this dirt we're using. Get that built. Get these trees out. So what did we do today? We survived a little bit better. We've kind of moved on. We've moved some stuff on. We built our tree of life, which is now our one priority to keep alive. So that's going to level up again in 3.1 days. I really, really don't want to kill that. I put in a more, hopefully, nuanced solution to keeping water. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open these valves now. We're just going to set them to unlimited for now. Just flow a load of water through here into here so that we can store it for pumping. And how I'm going to do this is we're going to go... No, you don't want to be like that. If we have you there, and then you there, and then, yeah, hopefully they'll get the rest out. So let's... Oh, you're not. Okay. Well, if it's not the consequences of my own actions, once again, got to turn the floodgate on. Oh, well. No, I mean, yeah, it's fine. And then hopefully we'll be able to leave these to actually just irrigate now. We won't have to go and run around and do all sorts of the other stuff. So we're going to put another one here. We put one there. And then I'll be able to clean up all of this mess and get rid of a lot of this stuff that doesn't need to be here. So let's just go upstairs, check what jobs we got on. So we do need to have both of these. The power wheels are running. I probably would have you over gears. You're fine in there. So it's episode 4, and I still feel we've made hardly any progress. But sometimes that's Timberborn. What can you do? What can you do? I feel like this is going to be a nice changer though, because the valve here will let the water out to a certain height, and then we can move on. So hopefully I'll be able to free a lot of this up. So you don't need to be pumping. You don't need to be pumping. Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to turn this into a treetop paradise. Not yet, because I haven't got any bad water processing systems in place, but shortly maybe. I really should have that gather flag and put. I'm thinking now. And let's put another couple of gather flags down here. Why not? Let's just check how much is this. This is all evaporated now. That's excellent. I love that. And you can see this is the job. These are the jobs. So this is our pumping station extraordinaire. So this has been Timberborn. Thank you for watching. I hope you're not getting too frustrated. It will get better, I promise. I say. But yeah, I will see you next time. And I'd like to thank I need to really write down at the end of episode spiel. I'd like to thank my Patreons and YouTube members for supporting the channel, and all of you for just watching. You know, just watching supports me massively. And if you haven't yet, please hit subscribe.